Griffin Award, Restoration, Trinity Episcopal Church Windows. The stained glass windows of Trinity Episcopal Church in downtown Asheville are a treasure, and their recent restoration is significant in the preservation of both history and art. Trinity Episcopal Church, completed in 1913, was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. Designed in the Gothic Revival style by Bertram Goodhue, a much-admired architect from the New York firm Cram, Goodhue & Ferguson, Goodhue engaged famed glass artist Mary Elizabeth Tillinghast to design the stained glass windows. Tillinghast studied with, among others, Charles Tiffany before establishing her own studio in 1884. She was one of the first woman members of the Institute of Architects, and she was the first to recognize the effect of electric lighting on stained glass. This project was to be her last, as she died a year before the church was consecrated. Little of her work remains in original settings, and while these windows are the less expensive patterned glass, they are excellent examples of her art. In her own words in a letter to the supervising architect, "The east window is very handsome in an ornamental way." Over the years, the windows were weakened by age and weather, some beyond repair. During the 60s, the Willett Hauser Architectural Glass Company of Philadelphia carried out a repair and replacement project. Artisans from that studio designed 9 replacement windows, now installed in the nave. This same firm carried out the recent restoration project, which included their own as well as the 9 remaining Tillinghast windows. The windows have always been deeply important to the congregation, and their care a priority. However, their historic importance and that of their designer and creator was unknown. It was only in 2009 that Laura Hope Gill, an Asheville poet, teacher, and architectural historian, discovered through research the true provenance and significance of the windows. The months-long restoration of the windows is part of a larger renovation of Trinity's historic church. The window restoration was funded through gifts made by the family and in memory of Greg Bird, Christopher Bird, Philip Bird, and Jacqueline Kulzer, who died in an Atlanta airplane crash in 2015. This memorial gift is a lasting tribute that preserves art and architecture in the sacred place known as Trinity Episcopal. Griffin Award, Education, Keita Osteen Cochran. Keita Osteen Cochran is an Asheville native with the deep roots of 8 generations in western North Carolina. She retired back home to Asheville in 2009 from Merritt Island in Brevard County, Florida. Her 3 children remain her highest pride and privilege. Michael Culp of Boca Raton, Florida, who is here tonight, and twin daughters Jeanette Lee Culp and Joanna Lynn Culp Stevens of Clarksville and Franklin, Tennessee. For 20 years in Florida, she was a college administrator supervising all relicensing and contracted training courses with Kennedy Space Center, Patrick Air Force Base, Brevard County Commission, Harris Corporation, and technical support companies. She has served on the board of directors of the Cocoa Chamber of Commerce, Space Coast Economic Development Commission, the Cocoa Rotary Club, Brevard Home Care, and Brevard Workforce Board. These are all remarkable accomplishments, but she is here tonight for a different reason. Keita joined the Preservation Society's effort in 2010 to form a committee to save from demolition the beautiful St. Genevieve of the Pines Auditorium, now referred to as the Ivy Building on the AB Tech campus, and later to save the Stone Grotto from the same site. Keita is currently co-chair of the AB Tech St. Genevieve's Gibbons Hall Alumni Committee, tasked with funding a final $500,000 toward the historic restoration of the Ivy Building a Gothic revival jewel on campus. And even more importantly for local preservation, she has served as Education Chair on the Preservation Society Board since 2013. The Preservation Society's education program hosts between 8 and 10 events annually, focusing on the many diverse geographies of Buncombe County and the multitude of preservation initiatives and tools that make our community such an important place. Through Kita's guidance, the Preservation Society has served thousands of our citizens with intriguing and important stories. There are award winners here tonight that have come to preservation through Kita's work, and we are humbled to have her leadership and honored to recognize her here tonight. Kita, thank you for all you have done in support of our mission.